Shalom, back with part 3. People curse the Lord's judgment, all right, which of course is Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the Idumeans, the so-called white man, all right. So, like I said, I want to talk to you about something. Again, getting into the subject of heaven and hell. Like, for example, you have Israelite camps that are teaching falsely, and what are they saying? They're saying things that, you know, Esau uh, is going to hell. Okay, like hell exists. Well, hell are conditions like heaven. They're conditions that are played out here on the earth. Okay, that's what heaven and hell is. Okay, when you look up hell, it'll tell you the grave. Okay, and again, the same thing as being dead, right? So that's hell, okay? Being dead, being in the grave. You're not coming out of your tomb, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So, but for example, take Lazarus and the rich man, okay? And the rich man represents Esau, okay? Lazarus represents the Israelites, okay? And if you know the parable, you know the moral of the tale, then you understand what happens, right? They trade places, right? Eventually, Lazarus is in heaven, and the rich man, he suffers, hell. He gets oppressed. And, Lazarus is in his heaven, and he's in his hell. That's what happens. Well, that's the same thing that's going to happen here, okay, with the return of Yahweh Shai. He's going to put Esau, Edom, and the other 16 heathen nations into subjection. They're going into chains. They're going into hardcore slavery, okay? And they're going to serve us in the kingdom. And the kingdom is not up there in the heavens in the fourth dimension. It's right here on the earth. So we're going to be in the power seat. Starting with the elect, we're going to be co-heirs to the kingdom. You understand? And so if we're ruling, and this is the everlasting kingdom, and we're going to be the immortal God, kings, and priests of the earth, because we're going to get the new bodies, okay? We all shall be changed within the twinkling of an eye. The elect that are taken up to meet in the clouds in the air, okay? Well, eventually we're going to come back down. We're going to get the elites out of their bunkers, right? Because that's where the elites are going to be hiding when the thermonuclear fire comes, all right? And they're going into chains. So we're now in the power seat, okay, ruling, co-heirs to the kingdom with Yahweh Shai. All right, so we're in our heaven. And where is Esau, Edom, and the other 16 heathen nations? Where they're going to be? They're going to be in chains. They're going to be under subjection. So they're going to be in their hell. They're going to be catching hell. All right, so that's what heaven and hell is talking about here in the scriptures, which is played out here on the earth. Do you understand, people? And remember, the Lord is coming back to exalt those that are abased, the meek, the poor. Okay, and those that are exalted shall be made abased. You understand? Okay, so here's the deal. You have these false prophets out here, as well as Israelite prophet teachers, trying to tell you, well, Esau, is not going to hell, or whatever the case is, and this or that. Well, it says, well, he's going into hell. So, well, if he's going into hell, then how's he going to serve us in the kingdom? See, so you have to understand, people, hell is a condition, okay? Him serving us, him being on the bottom, him being taken from the position of being exalted and made abased. He's now going to be oppressed. He's going to be under us. And he has to serve us in the kingdom for 1,000+ years. That's his captivity. Just like he had us in captivity. All right? And we're the Lord's chosen people. And he did that to us. So this is what's going to be done to them. This is all part of the testimony. This is all here in the scriptures. Okay? So there is no hell. You understand? His hell is catching hell. Like we have been catching hell for the past 530-something years here in the Americas. And of course, we were catching hell before that in Europe. Okay? Under them. You understand? As them calling themselves the Greeks or the Romans, or by the other kingdoms. Under the Egyptians, the Hamites, under, the Babylonian kingdom, all right, or under Medo-Persia, okay? You understand? All right, so you do understand that these are the people cursed through the Lord's judgment, and that cannot be reversed, and as we read here, this is the portion of the wicked, right? Okay? Appointed unto him by the Most High, okay? Now, give me a minute. You see what it says here, Deuteronomy 30:7? And the Lord, Yahweh, thy God power, will put all these curses, the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, from verses 16 through 68, he will put all those curses that we went through, that we've all had to suffer, the Negro, Latino, Native American, the nation of Israel. All right, these curses shall now be put upon thy enemies, Esau, Edom, and the other 16 heathen nations, and on them that hate thee and have persecuted thee. Now remember, Esau does hate us, and he has persecuted us. And the other nations, they have benefited from that. Now, when you go back to Lazarus and the rich man parable, you know that about Lazarus, how his wounds were being licked, by the dogs. Well, that represents the other nations, people. Okay? How they were licking our sores. They were benefiting from our wounds, right? They go into your hoods, right? Whether it's the Arabs, whether it's the Chinese, whether it's the Koreans, okay? The Japanese, okay? So on and so forth. All these other nations, the East Indians, the Hindus, they all go into the hoods and what? They make money from you. You understand? They benefited from your captivity. Okay? That's, them licking the wounds of Lazarus. Okay? We'll be right back with part 4 to close out. Shalom.